Hello.
Hi, guys.
Hi, I'm Arabella, and I'm here with...
I'm Jack Jerry.
Hi, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. We have some more fun content for you all surrounding Adobe Express. But please say hi in the chat. We'd love to know where you guys are watching from. I know we just had a lot of fun with a little pretend pizza parlor, and we are back. And so we're just going to be talking a little bit about how important it is to brand yourself, right? And create content and how you can easily do it in Adobe Express. So, Jack, do you want to tell me a little bit more about you and...
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, what you do.
I'm a full-time content creator. I also do acting and modeling as well. And what's really cool about this is, so we're going to be talking about media kits. And I think it's very important to start branding yourself, whether you're pitching to clients or trying to get brand deals. So the type of content I create is lifestyle, fashion, and fitness kind of stuff.
Amazing.
So basically, creating a media kit is something where it can put on a one page and be like, yo, this is who I am. And this is why you also should invest in me or do a brand partnership with me.
Yeah, that's awesome. So basically, we're just going to get right into it. I know that you are going to be kind of doing something from scratch.
Yeah.
And I'm also just going to be working on the sidelines as well. And I'm going to see if I can find the cool template to, work on stuff. But I'm also going to be editing a couple of the photos that you sent over, which will be included in the media kit, which that would be cool. So yeah, basically, do you have like different kinds of media kits that you use for different people, or like what's the vibe when you're creating something?
Yeah, so I feel like my media kit changes whether I'm doing full-on content creation. I'll want to make it more like colorful and poppy and really, really fun. And then whether you're like doing acting or modeling too, I feel like it's a little more serious, a little more toned down, simple kind of world. But today I'm gonna make my content creation one, and then because I gave her the challenge of editing some of my photos, it'll be really cool to see how you can add a spin onto that and make it fun.
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, I can definitely do some like editing as well, like even outside of, Adobe Express, and see how I can then just send them over to you and you can, get to working. So I'll let you start with, a little bit of kind of creating that media kit, and then I'll work on some photos right now.
Let's do it. Yeah, I'm going to do the daunting task of starting from scratch. Adobe Express has so many amazing templates. She's going to show you how amazing these templates are. They can make it in like 2 seconds. You start from a template, and you can rearrange it all.
Yeah.
But I'm going to show you also as well, if you are starting from scratch, don't be scared. It's still going to be pretty easy with Adobe Express. So mine, if you can see my page. So I started with blank page, open it up. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm a person that loves to just throw stuff on a page and then start designing it. I don't really have a concept in my head. It kind of just starts to form as I'm doing it. So with it, when a media kit, when I'm making one, I really want to make it, this one's going to be fun. So I think I want to add a little bit of color right off the bat.
Yeah, definitely.
So what I did is I went and found a little stripe with a color of yellow, because I think yellow is very positive and it's very fun. So I'm going to add this yellow stripe to my media kit. Add a little bit of color, because I mostly want to give a lot of information of who I am as a creator and pitching myself, but let's add a little bit of pop so it's not super, super boring. And then, so in a media kit too, I think what's most important is putting your socials right away.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna throw in each of the icons for my main social platforms, which is
amazing.
Like Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, and TikTok.
And that's what's cool, is that you can kind of like bring some of those assets into Adobe Express right off the bat, and then be able to just drag them right onto your document, which is awesome.
Super easy. And I am not like a huge editor, so Adobe makes this super, super easy.
That's awesome. Yeah, neither am I. I'm not into, I'm not like the biggest one, but I think that's what is awesome, is that we can kind of come together and use this tool because it's so intuitive and so easy. So I think that's what's awesome.
Yes.
I love that remove background.
It literally saves my life.
Awesome.
And with one click too, because I'm like, I have tried Photoshop. It scares me. I feel like you're the pro at Photoshop or Illustrator and stuff like that, but I'm like, to me, it scares me. I need one button, one click, and I'm set.
Awesome. Well, while you do that, we can hop on over to my screen here. So I had Jack sent me some photos, and so these are going to be the ones that are going to go into the media kit. So I have some really beautiful, like, you're a dancer, so I feel like you just kind of like have so much motion and
got
beautiful, a little flow, and you're also a model. So like, I feel like you have a really good set of photos here, and I'm just going to like kind of clean them up and then make them a little bit more, I don't know, make them just like a little bit more colorful and bright. And so these are taken at such a beautiful time of the day too. So I love that. that. So I'm going to start off with this one, I feel like.
It's going to be hard because I'm so interested to see what you're going to do too. I'm also learning from her as well, you guys, because she's doing stuff that I would love to be doing.
So I've been obsessed with the remove tool on Photoshop. If you haven't played around with it, it's amazing. And it's such a like easy, like you just, brush over the thing that you want to remove. So I'm seeing this like really long stick in the back that I'm like, I don't want that there. And it just does the work of just, removing any unwanted things in photos. So it's pretty awesome.
How long would you say it takes you to edit a photo?
Oh my gosh, it depends. Like when I'm doing product photography, it can take hours. If I'm just doing portraits, it can take a little bit less, I feel like, because I like kind of the more like natural look. So it just depends. Yeah, it can be anywhere from like 40 minutes, 30 minutes to, I don't know, 4 hours or 3 hours, depending on how intricate the image is and how much like cleanup there is to do. So I feel like that always plays a part. But yeah, so it's a pretty cool tool, and there's so many things to do. But I like being able to use different programs, whenever I'm creating something. So that's what's great about like, Adobe Express Adobe Express is just that like I can edit in Photoshop or Lightroom and then like bring those images that I've edited and use them in, in Adobe Express to create like content, whether it's IG stories or like, a design for Pinterest. We create a lot of like stuff, a lot of resources and a lot of products for photographers. So that part is like really excellent. So
yeah, it's all connected. I feel
it's
like
all connected.
Adobe has that ecosystem where once you're using one, you can connect it to everything.
Exactly. And it's great too that it's on Adobe Express, because it's like, okay, you can kind of access it from anywhere. Not that you can't, with Photoshop or anything else, but like it's just right there and it's easy, So yeah, so I'm just kind of editing this, and this is actually a really beautiful photo. I don't think I would really change anything else. I'm just gonna like add some adjustments, maybe make this a little bit more punchy. It feels a little, just a little. I feel like it needs a little more contrast here. There we go. Maybe I want to do another adjustment.
Yeah, I could have given you a worse photo, to be honest. I should have challenged you a little bit more.
I know, right?
I don't always look like this, I'll tell you that.
No, I love it. This is great. Okay. And then I always like to do, I always like using Camera Raw as well to edit some photos, because it's almost like I have like everything that I need in one. So I love all of these settings here. So I'm just gonna like go into the color mixer and just start punching up some of these colors here. So I've got that yellow that's coming up, those greens, these blues, and I'm actually gonna go over here into the basic as well. Punch up that vibrance, the contrast.
Even the slightest touch, it already looks good.
I know. There we go. Perfect. Okay, that looks great. Okay. And I can always go into like color grading too, which is always like a really fun way to kind of just add a little something to your images. It like starts to add, to your highlights, to your shadows, that sort of thing. Let me see, maybe, ooh.
And then you also do photography yourself though.
I do, yeah.
What is, how would you say you get the perfect picture without having to do so much editing?
Oh my gosh. Well, definitely exposure is a big thing, right? Like you gotta make sure that you're exposing correctly for the image. Otherwise, it's gonna be a lot of work for you to kind of have to like, get detail back. So exposure, because you can always, adjust things after the fact. But also, I would say that the actual like content and the posing is like a really big deal, right? Like the idea, the styling, like, that you can't change really, well, I guess now with Firefly and generative fill. But, it's just like, that's like part of like what makes your image, right? It's that it's like whatever your idea was.
Have you used the AI generator?
I have,
okay.
Yeah. So we've been playing a lot with it, and you could probably see some of our other streams too, and using Adobe Firefly, and especially like Gen Fill and the Photoshop beta too. So it's been like really fun to kind of like play around with that. I know, it's kind of insane. Okay, looks good. Maybe I'll just bring some of these over here. Ooh, that's like really nice. Okay.
Oh my gosh, it looks amazing. I wish this is what it looked like before.
No, it looks awesome.
Yeah, and while she's doing that, you guys, I'm just adding all the kind of boring details right now. I'm just putting a little header, putting my name. I put my socials in. I think it's very important because you kind of want to tell the brand too, like, where are your analytics? So I put my main platforms, what my followers are. I'm going to put a couple pictures of like some graphs maybe of showing how much reach I'm getting or how much engagement I'm getting on some posts. I think that's very important. A media kit's the one time where if a brand doesn't really know who you are, this is your time to sell them, or like who do you want and how do you want to come across. So this is your one moment to kind of really pitch yourself. And I've seen great results with having a media kit compared to pitching without one.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so I'm over here just doing this as well. I love, like, that's such a big difference from like what it was. Look at this. Now this, like,
oh yeah,
that's insane.
I would have loved to post. I already posted this before, and I was like, I would love to post a second one. Can we like go and edit my Instagram now?
I know, right? So and the great thing too about using like Photoshop and being in the layers, having all these images here is that like I can literally just drag all these edits over to the other photos because these kind of have the same vibe, and it'll just like put them there. Although the camera raw one, I'll just have to duplicate this. I don't really need to clean anything on this one. This one looks really good too. It's a good pose as well. But great thing is after you use camera raw in Photoshop, it'll save the settings you just applied right here in the filter section. So I can just apply that right there, and then there we go. So that's looking pretty good. And then same thing with this one. I'll just duplicate that.
It's very cool how you can take a photo and you can make it say so many different things just by changing and enhancing it.
I know. And then this one actually, like, I feel like this is a very beautiful photo. I think this is a little distracting to me, so I might kind of just bring that in so that it's like right there, kind of like that golden rule, like 2/3. There we go. Maybe bring it up a little bit. And I always like to make sure that my delete crop pixels is not, checked so that I can still adjust my crop here. So there we go. Cool. I'm happy with that. Wow, that's like very...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, super fun. Okay, great.
Wow,
I think I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm just going to go ahead and export all these so that I can then bring them into Adobe Express.
And then, yeah, that's super easy because we're also collaborating on this template together. So with Adobe Express, you can collaborate together. So when she brings them over, I'm going to be able to see them, and I can just drag and drop them right into my project.
That looks awesome. Okay, so let me do that. And actually, I want them a little bit smaller. Maybe 60. Perfect. Okay. So I'm just using the Save for Web because I think it's like the easiest thing. And then I've already made a folder here, but I'll make these JJ1. Okay, and then save them there. Perfect. Same thing with this one. I'm using Command-Shift-S to bring up Command-Option-Shift-S for Save for Web. So great to learn shortcuts because it'll save you time. Okay, perfect. Here's our second image. And there we go. Name that number 2. And then last one. This is a good set of images too because I feel like it's very, cohesive. So I think it'll all go together once I drop them in there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing too, is it's like you want to have images that are either cohesive or kind of show who you are as a person too, whether it is like what kind of content you're making. But no, I think these are super, super cool. And they're all different, yet they're all the same at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So now if I go back to this area, I see that you're working right in here. Oh my God,
trying to make some
look at
movements over here.
Okay, so then if I just do like media, go over to media and I'm gonna be like, okay, I wanna upload these 3 photos here. And then I think I can just select all of them and they should be able to drop in all of them there. There we go, perfect, okay.
Boom.
Boom, there you go. And now I'll let
Easy.
you kind of just adjust and make it your vibe.
I'm starting from scratch, so you're helping me.
I feel like it'd be kind of cool if you did like an outline, right? I think you're able to like make, I think there should be some like, let me see. Adjustments. Oh, you can also make adjustments here, guys. So if you needed to like, edit anything like contrast, brightness, saturation, obviously we can do more of that in Photoshop and Lightroom, but it's nice to have that option, especially for people who maybe like haven't really delved into some of the other.
Yeah, that's where I would go if you're a beginner. I'd definitely recommend that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is pretty cool.
Nice. I'm so excited.
Yeah, and then there's even like blends that you can do. So like it's a pretty cool that you can just like adjust right there.
And if you guys also have any questions about like media kits or anything in general, definitely leave them in the chat because we definitely want to see some of your responses. Or if you guys want me to add anything, definitely let me know too. Or erase anything. We can erase everything too.
Yeah. Thanks, Autumn. It says, ooh, love those. Well, thanks to, I guess you. Those are your photos.
She did all the work
I'm
though.
just editing here. Hi, Jerry. So fun. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, we're here with Jack Jerry. He's an awesome content creator, model, photographer, dancer, or actor, all the things. What don't you do? I mean, we were just talking about cameras before this, and
I'm like, she's amazing over here too. She's like the queen of like, if I need her for anything, I could just ask her and she could do it.
So even like when you have like the photos here, you can also select crop, and then you can even like add in all these like cool shapes too. So if I wanted to like, adjust this, and then there we go, right? And now we can like make them like little circles too. So that's a fun little like option too. Just to like, sometimes like when it's this big square, like it kind of takes up a lot of space within the
and it also sets you apart
design,
too.
But it's cool, Yeah, and then you can adjust it, which I love. So that was just, a really cool thing. There we go. I'll let you keep going. But yeah, that's looking really good. I love that so far.
Yeah, we're trying. I'm excited to see which template you choose.
I know. So you guys, you can also use templates too within Adobe Express. And I think that's probably my favorite part about it, is that like, you don't have to like always start from scratch. You can get inspiration. You can kind of look into like what Adobe Express already has. So, I mean, I'm just like going over here. If I just go to Explore, I can see like just all these like popular templates, right? So, but I'm just gonna start to search because I wanna see kind of what's out there. So I'm gonna put Media Kit just to see like what does Adobe Express have for me. So we've got a few in here. Okay, so we've got some, ooh, I like this one. This one's kind of cool.
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
Yeah, although like we would definitely like build it out a little bit more to kind of like add the stuff that you would need. But there's like some good stuff to kind of start with.
It's a great starting point because again, I get so scared of like, I don't even know what to create, or I need to like brainstorm sometimes. And just to see this on the screen is so easy. And I'm like, all right, let me just move stuff around and see what happens.
Yeah, because even, I mean, some of these are like a little bit girly, but you could totally like change them up and just start switching them up,
Yeah.
But I love that there's even like a, like a corgi.
Yes. like, honestly, dogs are more popular than humans nowadays.
Honestly, I mean, maybe, should we do one for Cooper?
Honestly, you should.
A media kit for Cooper. Yeah, right? Not the pizza shop. But let me pick this one because I feel like this one's a good one, a good start, because I can just start to like build it out, right? So, in this case, like, I don't know. What's your favorite color, Jack?
I was going to say blue, but I will change it because it's already blue.
Yes.
Let's say, let's do like maybe a red.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Ooh, recommended. There we go.
I was going to say red or yellow, but let's do red.
I know. Red's always fun. Ooh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. Maybe we can also start changing some of the other assets too. But that's what's fun. Like, you can just play around. I like that one. Okay, great. So maybe, I like all these elements. They're really fun, but I definitely need some more room for all the other stuff that I'm gonna be putting in as well. So, but let me just go ahead and replace this image right now with one of the ones that we just edited. So let's do replace. So if you just go over to this image, replace, then I can just upload device from device. Maybe I'll put that one. And there we go. Look at how pretty. I love that. I love the black grayscale too. So I think that's something that's already comes with the effect. So you can either, not have it there, or you can have it. I kind of like it because I feel like,
I like it too. It's also like a different vibe too. I'm creating one thing and you're literally doing the same thing, but it looks completely different.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what's great. It's just like, templates are awesome. I love them. And if I can start with one, all the better. Okay, so let me just go ahead and grab all of these, and I'm just gonna like make them a little bit smaller because I want to make room for all these other things here. So bring that up, and move this over. I'm literally just using my trackpad here. But it's kind of fun. I love it. Okay. So maybe I want to change, like, you know, obviously I don't want this to be 2023.
Yeah, say this is a photography media kit.
Okay.
If that's what you want to do.
Or like maybe like it's for you where it's like, hey, like I'm, you know, you can book me for these kinds of shoots, right? Like
yes,
what
yeah.
would it like maybe so you do what, lifestyle?
It could be like action shots too.
Yeah.
Even
editorial.
Yes.
Instead of action, but it's more like sports, right? Like sports.
Yeah.
So that would be kind of cool. Then I can kind of like add all these things, and then I'm thinking maybe the icons could go over here with like the numbers and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. So, I mean, I really like all the like elements that are already on here, but I want to maybe change the fonts too. Actually, I'll leave that there. Okay, let's change that.
I love how too
cool.
it recommends the fonts. That saves me all the time.
Right? That's what I'm saying. I'm like, that's a really cool. Ooh, there's like some really cool ones in here. Oh, I like that too. I know. There's so many options. It's kind of like
overwhelming,
awesome.
but
Yeah.
also I'm like, a font can make or break anything. And I never thought that
Exactly.
before until I started designing this kind of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so honestly, I think I really like the original. Like, it looks so good.
It does, looks very clean.
But I want to kind of pick a different, maybe, like, font for the, like, text and stuff. So maybe, like, I want to change this, and I'm going to say, book me, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. Okay, perfect. And then maybe in this text, I'm going to be... maybe I can grab actually some of the text that you created, like about like who you are, what you do. That way, then it's like, this is a little blurb about me, and then here is what I'm like available for.
Yes.
You know? So.
Little bio. I can like definitely.
Yes.
I can share it right over
Let
to
me
you.
see. Yeah, and I think you even have it in here, right? Like in this.
Starting to get it typed out a little bit. You know, thinking of everything.
Perfect. Yeah. Amazing.
It's very weird too. When I make a media kit, I was told to like you write in third person too. So it's like, it's weird to be like, Jack is an actor in this, instead of like, I do this, I do that kind of vibe. So
Right.
I'm trying to put my like third person cap on right now and start talking.
Nice. And so when you have these media kits, are they kind of just like for like brand sponsorships? Is that kind of like the...
Typically for a content creator,
for
I would
content
say,
creation?
yeah, for that, it's basically like pitching yourself to a brand.
Okay.
You can always do like outreach and DM a lot of brands, but I feel like by sending this or like a pitch deck and something, it makes it more respectable.
Yeah.
Or like the business takes you serious.
Yeah, right.
That's a big thing. Being a creator, a lot of people don't really take you as serious because like you're just a creator. You do crazy things.
Yeah,
but
you're just like creating little videos or whatever.
yes.
Yeah, sure.
But if you show that like, okay, you are a business person, you do have a thought behind this, it definitely gives you validation for sure.
Yeah. So the things are kind of like numbers and just like, I guess you could even like build out at some point, like even like a 3-page PDF where it's like about you, but then here's like a case study or here's some of the type of content that I've like done before.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I've definitely done too, where I will come up with a whole idea and a pitch for a brand, and I've had them accept it by making like a 5 slideshow kind of thing.
Amazing.
And they were like, no way, we've never thought about this. And I was like, yeah, and all I had to do was put a pitch together.
Honestly,
and
I bet
like,
you could even do that in Adobe Express too. Like just like build out these little like slideshow or like, you know, PDF of that. So that's pretty awesome.
And if I use templates, it could be even faster.
Oh my gosh.
It's not gonna take all day anymore, which is great.
Exactly. Which is, that's great. Okay.
So I'm just writing a little bio, guys, of like
Perfect.
what I do. I was a gymnast at the University of Michigan. And then I'm gonna go into like other brands that I've maybe worked with, show some experience. And then kind of wrap it up I have a little note section too that I was looking at.
Oh, nice.
That I kind of wrote before. Kind of like, like a little wrap up of like, I'm an ever evolving creator who caters to all audience. So kind of like really, really selling yourself on like why this brand should pick you. So maybe do like who you are, what brands you've worked with, and then why should they pick you as like a 3 little paragraph thing. Don't do too many words because that's nobody wants to read too many words.
Nobody wants to read a lot.
But do like a little bit, and then I think the brand is gonna love that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, they want to know who you are before they're gonna like invest in you, right? So
Exactly.
I think that's key.
Or if anything was unclear too, it's also like I get to clarify it in this moment. Like this is who I am right here, and that's what you get.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. Okay. So I'm just going to continue over here because I feel like that's, But let me grab that little blurb of your. I like the one of like who you are and like I'm an ever evolving.
Yeah.
Definitely send that over to me.
Yeah, I will definitely add that in.
Yeah, perfect. And I'll include it. But I'll just keep going over here for this little section. And I actually think it would be smart to like also do like, I don't know, maybe like create some IG stories where we're like, you know, kind of pitching yourself out to like people like that you can just, you know, share. Okay, so let me see. I'm available for, okay. Nice.
Boom.
There you go. I love that. That's a great little about me.
And then to where I get stressed, so see, I have this big paragraph here and I wanted to add another one above it. Now I'm like, I'm gonna have to start shifting everything around, start playing with everything. What's great though too is I'm like a perfectionist, so I see when you drag this stuff, it shows you like little lines to keep everything perfectly in the right spot. Everything is like directly even. That's a big thing for me. I have like OCD on that, so definitely a lifesaver with that.
Yeah, and you can kind of like keep continuing to adjust it, and make sure that everything's in line for sure. That's great. And I feel like also when I see like this big old paragraph, I want to like almost do that, you know?
Yes. Yeah. In the end of the day, it's all about being just visually appealing. So somebody reading this, you don't want them to read a whole book.
Right.
At
And
the same
actually
time.
exactly. Oh, there we go. Yeah, you can even kind of like make this like middle, something like that.
Nice. I'm like, you need to just edit everything. At this point, I'm like, look at these pictures you guys she did. Look at what she's doing with my tags. She's literally killing it.
I wonder, I'm like,
I should have started from
like,
a template.
I know, right? Let me see. I like kind of want to do that. Let's remove that. Let's remove that top one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's get rid of it.
Let's get rid of it. There you go. That way it's like all kind of together and you can always adjust.
Easy.
Something like that. Cool. I know, that's super fun. And you can kind of like bring this up.
I can also move these back up a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Really start to even it out.
Like make this a little smaller. There we go. It's so cool that you can do this like on, you know, collaborating like together.
It is. And I always thought too, like it's such a hassle. Like say if I hired someone to help me do this, I have to email them all the time and like you just go back and forth. And this is, I'm like literally sitting next to you and we're just able to collaborate immediately.
Yeah, definitely. Awesome. There we go. That looks better. Perfect. Yeah, and like you can also like, I think it would be so smart to also, where you can kind of like create like a whole, like that whole PDF that I was mentioning of like, this is kind of how I take through like how I, you know, approach a project and the process of working with me and this and that and kind of like give them like peace of mind that like, I'm professional and like you should take me seriously because I know my steps and I know how to like, you know, see through a project.
Exactly. I see a way to saying, what would you recommend for creators who don't have large followings but are creative and want to connect with other businesses or brands?
Ooh.
It's gonna sound very crazy, but to me, I think the DMs is where it's at. I always feel, there's always this thing of like, oh, the brand's not gonna see the DMs anymore. I think that's a great first way to connect with a brand or start commenting on a lot of their posts.
I would agree on the commenting. Like, I feel like the more that you put yourself in front of them, especially by commenting and engaging with their content, I feel like that's the way for them to like, that person that's like in the, you know, in social media, like for that brand will like kind of start to remember your name. And so it won't be that big of a like deal when you do end up reaching out via email or DM or whatever, you know?
Exactly.
So it's kind of like priming them.
It is. Honestly, they might even reach out if they keep seeing you engage with them. And that's how I've had brands too, before I even had a following. I would just keep finding the same companies that I loved and kept commenting on all their posts and they were like, who's this Jack kid? And then all of a sudden they reach out to me and I'm like, of course I would love to do something together. So sometimes it's just taking that leap of faith and don't be scared because it's just a comment, just keep doing it and you gotta be the squeaky wheel, I feel like at the end of the day.
Yeah, definitely. Love that. Hi, Seda. Hi, Trey. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, center text is hard to read. That good call. We could definitely adjust that, which I love that like there's the options of like changing. Ooh, there you go. See?
Yeah, that even
just
looks
like
better.
that. Perfect. It would even be fun if like you did like a little, like a yellow thing, you know, like
yes.
whatever you did with this, like how did you do that? Like,
Yeah, and add
you
like
know?
something behind it.
Yeah.
That would be
and
super
maybe
cool.
like tone down the like opacity so that it's kind of just like,
Yeah.
you know?
That would be cool.
Yeah. That's awesome. But this is super easy and just like a really like quick, you know, way to like, yeah, present yourself, really.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
With yours
Cool.
too on the template side, how do you feel like it's almost more daunting now that you are starting with a template, or no?
You know, now that I'm like, yeah, because it's almost like I don't have that many, you know, I don't know how I'm going to like organize it, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm like, But I did have some of the elements, some of these things, which I'm like, ooh, maybe I can search, kind of like what we did in the previous stream with Ellie, like I can search some of these icons. So maybe if I was like, okay, I want to have like Facebook or like, ooh, there we go, like the like button. I feel like that one's kind of, or like, I mean, you probably wouldn't have Facebook. You probably would have Instagram. There we go. There you go.
There we
So
go.
something like that. And I can just like keep these on the side, which is nice. And then,
I love how there's different options too. Like you don't need a colorful one like I had. She's got like the black and white, and it really adds to the tone.
Yeah, exactly. So I can do that. Obviously, these are really big, so I have to, you know.
I love that I just see the book me, and I'm like, please book me. Like,
Book me. Okay, let me see. I think I remember that we didn't see like a TikTok. Oh wait, we do have TikTok. Okay, great.
There
Wait,
we
which
go.
one's the one that we don't have?
I think it was Snapchat.
Snapchat,
Yes.
that's the one. Which like I guess I don't know. Do you use like brands typically? Like-
Snapchat's I think on the rise again.
Oh,
It
okay.
kind of went off for a little
Yeah.
bit, but
Like,
I
do
think
people ask for content like for you to post on Snapchat?
they're starting to.
Okay.
So I think in 2023, Snapchat's having its rise again.
Okay.
The world just keeps evolving, you guys.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Which that one's kind of like a little ghost, so I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know if we'll have that one. Oh, I guess well,
I was like, that's a cute one.
it's a cute one. I don't know if they maybe have it. Oh,
Ooh.
maybe that one.
Yeah, I was like, that could be close.
That's kind of close. I love the folder though. So that's okay. I mean, I have some icons that I was able to like download, so I can always kind of plop them in here. And let's use that remove background tool because it's great.
A lifesaver.
Literal lifesaver. So that's pretty cool. I like this. And maybe I can kind of just start to like fix these. And I might have to get your numbers from you in a little bit.
Of course.
But there we go. What's more important? What's the hierarchy? Is it like Instagram? Is it TikTok?
In terms of like credibility, I would say Instagram is probably at the top.
Okay.
Instagram basically feels like a LinkedIn at this point. It's very so serious. And then YouTube and TikTok, I would say. So YouTube second, then probably TikTok.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
Snapchat at the bottom. I'm like, we
Okay.
need to pitch us together. And like, I get the deals, you'll design everything. Like, I'm here for it.
Okay, wait. So YouTube after, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
And then TikTok probably.
Okay. Then Snapchat and TikTok, or TikTok and Snapchat. Perfect.
Yes. Somebody's saying Threads. Threads?
Oh, Threads,
Yeah.
yeah. I do really like that, like, when you downloaded Threads, you could have, like, your whole audience kind of
Yeah.
come follow you, which
Instead
is
of
really smart
starting
on
from
their part,
scratch.
honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of starting from scratch. For sure.
Yeah, is it even Twitter anymore too? Or is it X? I don't know what's happening.
I know.
Whole change.
I know.
Hello, Jerry. What's up? A bold design, Sebastian. Yes, I mean, sometimes being bold is either a good thing or a bad thing. I think you just have to do it the right way.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so here we go. Just adding all these icons. Super fun. I don't usually ever get to play with stuff like this, so it's like it's just fun. Okay, I'll kind of like maybe decide how to place these correctly. I feel like it's driving me insane that not all of them are the same.
The
Like
same
I
size,
almost like
yeah.
want them to all be like circles or something, like kind of like how you're. you know?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. That's fun. So maybe I actually feel like maybe this needs to go up so that I can put your handle like underneath, you know?
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
So if I like did, I think I can duplicate something. Oh no, wait, just kidding. Or actually, yeah, I think I can. Hold on. Oops. I should be able to.
I think you can. I want to say it's the top thing here, maybe?
There you go.
I think so, right?
Smart. You are smart.
There you go.
There you go. See? Love it. Okay, so it's at Jack Jerry.
Yes.
Perfect. This is like really big, so I'm gonna just make it really small. There you go. I love this like super bright like red color too. It's super fun. I might make even the background a color, actually, maybe.
Yeah. I fully trust what you're doing. So you could tell me anything. I'm like, she's just gonna kill it. She's gonna be great.
Okay, let's see. Let's see. There's like so many fun. Oh, actually, maybe I do really like the that font from earlier. Let's see. Okay. There we go. Okay, so just placing that there. And I want to make sure that it can actually... There we go. Oh, wait. Cool, okay.
Nice.
What does dynamic mean? Huh. Okay, cool. I love it all.
And it's also
so fun.
different too how yours can be a completely different tone too. So like this, I almost would pitch to, not even pitching, it could be like towards an agency or something, or like I'm offering a service that's just a little more like serious kind of tone.
Yeah.
Which is really great. I know that being a creator, you want to do stuff that's really like poppy and fun if that's your brand. But when you are like, doing agencies or like modeling portfolios, it's definitely a lot more serious and more structured in the 9-to-5 world, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay. Cool. So fun.
I'm like mesmerized just watching you. I'm like, mine's on pause. I'm going to watch what she's doing.
I mean, maybe ideally this probably wouldn't be a good, like I feel like then someone was going to want to be like this instead. So maybe I will adjust some things. But I mean, even just that alone, right? Like it's just like fun to like have to like play around with design. And I think that's the whole point of Adobe Express is that like we can, explore this tool and, kind of come up with fun things.
And learn as we're going.
Yeah, and then like I think for people who aren't like us, like right, who aren't designers that like don't really know stuff, I feel like for creative professionals who do have like an understanding of like other tools like Illustrator and Photoshop, like they can make quick edits in this, and it's like I mean clearly Ellie knows what she's doing, like like she's like bam 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 pulling stuff for Coopers. So.
And my thing, it's hard for me to even like picture how I would even create this kind of stuff without Adobe Express. Before I was like, what do I even do to make this? Or it seems like such a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
And now there's so many tools at your fingertips nowadays. It's amazing.
I know. I love it. I know. And when I think about this, I'm like, ooh, now I can animate something, right? Like I can go in here and have like an animation and have it like drift in. Like that's super cool. Ooh. I'm going to skip this tour. Yeah, look how fun that is. Like, ugh. There we go. See?
See, easy.
Easy.
And that stuff would have scared me so long ago. You say the word animate, I'm like, I don't even know how to animate anything.
I love it. Okay, there we go. Let's put that away for now. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna grab that like text that you had,
Go for it.
just for the like to add into my.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. I'm gonna add. I think this is good. There we go. And I'll click out of that so that you have it. Okay. There we go. Perfect. See, I love that. That's super cool.
Nice. I like that font though too.
I do like that font. At first I wasn't like into it, but now I kind of am.
Yeah, it's a vibe.
It is. Okay. Creating content. Perfect.
I always feel like the process of creating this kind of content is daunting to me. It gets a little scary, and then to watch it all just slowly come together.
I know.
Or even when you didn't know what to do, you just added that font, and it looks amazing already. So
yeah, exactly. So what would you say is another color that you're into?
let's say, okay, again, I would love to say blue, but I'm not trying to go for red, white, and blue.
True.
So that's why I was like, I would, but probably not in this case.
Maybe, I don't know, maybe it would be like...
Yeah, I'm trying to think. You're the photographer. What would compliment
I know. I feel like I almost want to change. Like maybe this should be blue.
Yeah.
So that we can make the background something else.
Got you.
You know?
Yeah, we love red, but not today.
Not today.
That blue just pops.
Ooh. Oh, that's kind of a cool blue.
Yeah, I think that's really cool.
Okay. And then...
So like scratch the red, we're going with blue.
Oh, I love that, actually.
Nice.
Although now I kind of, like, I'm like, ooh, we need to make sure that that's...
Yeah, that ghost. What you doing over there?
What you doing? I know. I think because we made the backgrounds. Let's see. I bet we could kind of figure it out, but let me see. Okay. I do really like this teal, though. That's like kind of a fun color.
I do, and it's stuff that I wouldn't usually pick that color, but it looks great.
Yeah. Okay. It's like very bright and like very just like in your face, you know? Okay, I think if I am able to... Quick selection, maybe? Oh my gosh, there you go.
Oh, there you go. Easy.
Easy.
Someone says if you're bilingual, does it make sense to say, in my case, a version in English and Spanish, or split the page in half and use both languages on it? Interesting. I never thought of splitting the page in half.
I know. I haven't either.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. Because you could do two separate ones. That's the safe route.
I feel like, yeah. I feel like it makes, well, yeah, I know. Especially if it's like so much of your identity, like that, like it makes sense that you're like maybe that's like something that you can add where it's like, I'm, you know, Spanglish, like, you know, or something like that where it's like, I think the right people will like love that, you know, it's like a certain kind of like category. But yeah, I think whatever probably makes the most sense. I don't know.
I think you could have a little blurb of like both, I think.
Yeah.
But two versions I think would be the safe. Make sure you always have two
Yes.
on hand.
Yes.
And then you can always pick which one you want or send both of them at the same time. Because I also feel like splitting it in one page might be a little overwhelming too.
Yeah,
because if I don't know Spanish, then I'm like, what am I looking at kind of vibes.
Right.
So I would say make two of them, and then they could either be totally separate or completely identical, and then it's really easy to just send them both together, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, and then let me just grab these numbers over here. Okay, so we've got, oh my gosh, TikTok is actually your, like, the most followed, though.
It is.
So should we put that up further, maybe?
If we feel like we should.
Yeah, I feel like, you know, it's just like hierarchy.
Yeah, rank it based on numbers.
Yeah.
Carol says, what about his colors and fonts from earlier?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so we were kind of like showing that like you can start from a template or you can kind of like do from scratch. I know that yours was like this yellow.
Yeah.
So I know this template had already come with like a grayscale like attached to it. So it almost like gave us the ability to like kind of like have other colors and play around with other colors. But we could definitely do that yellow actually. Maybe we should. So if we did like, you know, this as the yellow, which let me see, what color is this?
Yeah. There's like a little eyedropper thing too.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I think you might have just like dropped it in, huh?
I did. I had that graphic before.
Oh, there we go. Let me see. I think you have, yeah, maybe. I'll just kind of eyeball it, I feel like, for now.
Yeah. You'll get close.
Yeah, I'll get close.
I'm like, you got it.
Something like that.
Yeah.
That's
I think
fun.
that looks great.
Okay, let's go back then to this other color. Let's see.
I also like that we're doing two totally different versions too, instead of two identical things just arranged differently.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let me change that. And maybe something like that. Okay.
Yeah, that looks pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah, I feel like it needs more color though.
Yeah. Just
so
a little
maybe
bit.
we like change this. I like really like this blue, but I don't want it to be like this whole.
Yeah, or we
So
could
I
add
feel
some shapes and stuff too. Add some more yellow with like some shapes in the bottom
That's
corner.
true. Yeah,
or,
actually, let's do that. Let's do that.
They're like fancy
Because-
triangles and stuff.
Elements. There we go.
Yes.
So if we do like little design assets or something, let's just see what there is. So if we have, ooh, there's so much. It's like
It's overwhelming, but it's a great thing.
Not that. I don't want that. I know, right? Oh, I love that it has backgrounds too. So it's maybe like shapes, I feel like.
Yeah.
But what kind is what I want to.
We can always just keep throwing stuff on. If it doesn't work, doesn't work.
That's true, honestly. Let me see.
I see potential.
I know, right? I'm like,
You think we should make it yellow as well?
Yes,
I think
I
that'll
think
add
so.
some
I kind
color.
of think we need to remove this line now. I feel like, there we go. Yeah, I'm saying, like, it's so intuitive, like, this whole stitch. I love it. And then maybe, like, we add another one somewhere, maybe, like, up here, or, there we go. Okay. Let's
Nice.
see.
Yeah, that really adds a little bit to it.
Yeah, right? Like something just like little. Actually, that makes me just want to like grab all of this and pull it down a little bit more, but without that.
Also, Sebastian, yes, say habla español somewhere on it. You definitely could do that as well. You could put that
Yeah.
in parentheses even as well. Or when you send it to somebody too, you also could say, have a Spanish version as well, or I'm also bilingual. Like, I think you could send, if you know they speak English, send the English one to them, and then also put in parentheses like in your email or somewhere else that like, I have a Spanish one and I can reach a Spanish market at the same time, which is
Yeah.
double the benefit.
For sure. Okay, so let's something like that. Okay. So many fun shapes.
Even adding that little circle though added so much to it.
Yeah, right? Like just like little elements there. Okay. I kind of want to like add another one, but maybe like
Maybe one in like the left corner on the bottom maybe.
or one like wait, let's see. Or like one here.
Yeah,
Like a
that'd be
tiny
cool.
sliver.
Just a hint of color.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Okay. I feel like we almost need to introduce another color. You
Yeah,
know?
I was like, we could add blue or something.
Yeah. Like something like that. Maybe this needs to change to blue.
That's what I love too, is you think you go one direction and then it starts to change as you start
I
editing.
know. Or maybe this needs to be blue.
I also went to the University of Michigan, so it's Michigan colors.
Is it really?
So-
oh my gosh. There we
Blue
go.
and yellow.
Okay.
Without it being planned, we already have it.
We already have it. There we go. Okay, I think I like that better. Okay. And then maybe we make this one like kind of the blue. And again, like if like, you know, you had your brand, you know, with like the brand guides and colors, like that could show up like literally right here once you like add in.
Yeah.
You know, like that's what's great is that you can kind of set up all these, especially if you like work with a lot of different brands or like, you know, you can kind of like create just very specific designs using those colors and everything. So.
And then you always know you're using their colors and promoting their brand, which is great.
Exactly. Yeah, for sure. Okay, and then maybe like I'd probably actually add more like contact info, like probably down here maybe, or even
Yeah, probably like an email.
yeah, something
I
like
think.
that. Okay, let me see. Some text here. Okay, so what is your email? So it would be
Jack Jerry.
Jack Jerry.
JackJerry.com.
at jackjerry.com. That's super easy.
Yeah. Everybody spams my email.
Something like that.
Yeah, because after they see this whole media kit, they have to have a way to contact you, basically.
Yeah.
So, I've heard a lot of people too. They're also like, should I put my prices or like what I'm
Yeah.
offering and stuff like that. I think definitely leave that for more negotiation, I would say, because I think if you're already putting some prices, if you're like a photographer, that definitely works. But I think as a content creator, the prices will fluctuate depending on the brand and stuff like that. So I think just leave it generic, show what you offer, and then discuss things whether it's through email or direct in contact with the brand.
Yeah, for sure. Something like that, you know, nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe not even your phone number.
We're like too close.
Too close. But something like that, you know, just to like have it in there. But obviously you've probably already gotten in contact with them if you're already like sending them like
true.
something like this. But I mean, that's just fun. It's like, it's a cool little way to kind of create something. So let me see your little numbers here. There we go. So that there's TikTok. That's amazing. I love that you have such a reach. That's awesome.
It's wild. You know, the biggest thing I've learned with social media
what
is
have you learned about?
consistency. Consistency is the main thing. And also Adobe Express, I'm not going to lie, has helped me stay consistent through the scheduling feature.
Nice.
I can just make all of my posts, upload it to Adobe Express, and hit the content scheduler, and I can plan my whole week. So right now, as I'm sitting here, it's posting for me,
Oh my
which
gosh,
is
that's
amazing.
amazing.
So I had like 2 weeks worth of content right now already scheduled out. So if you guys haven't checked out the Adobe Content Scheduler, definitely check that out.
Yeah, that's incredible. Okay, so that's pretty cool. I can just like add these in here. Perfect. Okay. Kind of adjust things as we go, but that's looking awesome. Okay, there we go. And I'm just gonna duplicate those. There we go. So I can already have these here.
Nice. And it's very interesting to see too that like whether you start with a template or from scratch, Adobe makes it super easy that you can start just throwing stuff on a page. And it doesn't mean that a template's going to be a lot faster than starting from scratch.
I know.
So
yeah, you do still have to like put in some thought and effort, and like you kind of are the driver of the vehicle. You have to like kind of make stuff, but yeah, maybe Adobe Express needs to have more Media Kit templates.
Yeah, maybe.
Because those are important. People need them.
It's also true. I never thought I would be able to do this kind of stuff because again, it was just so. It felt like I need to hire somebody to do this stuff. Now it's so easy to do.
Yeah. Well, especially the scheduler, though. I feel like that's like super key.
Yeah. Somebody said should be a space between 5 and million. Ooh, you got me. I see that.
Nice.
That's why you guys are also in the chat too. If we have any spelling errors, you're saving my life.
There we go. Oops. I did not mean to do that. Okay, there we go. 141,000. There we go. Awesome. Yeah, this is coming together there. And you've got yours as well. So it's super fun. I love how much you're able to do on Adobe Express.
And then it's easy to share at the same time.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. I noticed
Ooh, I like this.
a little bit. I tried to do a little opacity.
Yeah.
But I was like listening to the vision of you over here. But Adobe Express also has, like I said, the content scheduler, which you can do that and schedule your content. But if you want to share this, you can save it as a PDF and send it through email and stuff like that. Or they also have a QR code generator.
Ooh.
On my screen, my thing is these quick actions. I love it, whether it's removing a background, resizing an image, stuff like that. I've noticed that there's a generated QR code over here.
That's super cool.
And nowadays with all of our phones, you can just scan everything.
Oh my God, yes.
So I have my own little website to where I just put all of my information, and I can put my Media Kit on that website, and all I have to do is type it in, and then it'll create a QR code for me. So then when I put in an email, I can just put that QR code.
Right.
And then somebody can scan it. I've also had it too, like at an event, I'll put it as my background on my phone, and I'm like, just scan my phone.
Yeah, here you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so easy. And then you can like create that and add it into your Media Kit as well too, if like for whatever reason,
Exactly.
super fun. That's awesome.
Yeah, no more business cards anymore. It's all about scanning.
Yeah, it really is. I know. That's so awesome. I love that you're able to use that scheduler too. I think that's like the one of the best tools on there as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, super awesome. Well, I want to see like our final.
Yeah.
But yeah, so here's like mine. I mean, I just kind of like whipped it up really fast based on a template, which is awesome, And then here's yours. So exciting.
There's mine. With her amazing pictures that she edited too, using Adobe as well.
Amazing. I love that. So yeah, it's super easy, you guys, and there's so much to like play around with on top of like all the things that you can generate and create, and videos and animation. So you can really get wild with this. But even for the most basic things like a Media Kit, right? Like that is super important, and you can do that. So. And
nowadays, I think everybody's an entrepreneur at this point. So it's all about selling yourself. This is a way. I hope you guys learned a bunch of amazing tips on how to sell yourself and make something super easy with Adobe Express. So hopefully land that job that you want to get.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Yay!